Now, the president recently calling out the disgraceful miscarriage of justice surrounding the Roger Stone case, the denial of a new trial, raising questions about possible pardons for the 67-year-old Stone, Manafort. And remember, in the Papadopoulos case, they withheld exculpatory evidence. They sent that guy to jail for nothing. Remember, the jury forewoman in the Stone case was revealed to have a deep anti-Trump and anti-Roger Stone bias that she stated publicly before the trial, along with numerous other irregularities, FBI abuses in the case. And as Stone explains, given his underlying health conditions, entering prison could be a death sentence. And that's true. Here now, Roger Stone. Roger, I don't think you can hear me. Roger Stone.
No, you're back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, you back my back? Okay. Your jury foreperson publicly had a bias against you.
There's no question. On the day that I was arrested, you remember that, 29 FBI agents, heavily armed in SWAT gear, stormed my home at 6 a.m., arriving in 17 armored vehicles to take me into custody for a nonviolent process crime. She tweeted attacking me on that day. She tweeted things from her Facebook attacking me during 2019. She attacked the president repeatedly, saying all of his supporters were racists. That would, of course, include me. She had a deep bias against both the president and specifically against me. She hid this in jury selection. She never should have been on that jury. She then deleted her Facebook page after the trial, which she'd had since 2008, and she opened a new one, which is to cover her trail. So I think her bias was egregious. I think it was blatant. Legal voices as diverse as Professor Jonathan Turley and Judge Andrew Napolitano, Alan Dershowitz, all say the Supreme Court is very clear. Every defendant is entitled to an impartial and indifferent jury. This juror was not indifferent, and she was typical of the other jurors. There were no Republicans on this jury. There were no Trump supporters on this jury. There were no military veterans on this jury. There were no blue-collar workers on this jury. There were no African-American men on this jury. They have a deep distrust of big government and the man. So, no, I don't think any Republican or any Trump supporter can get a fair trial in the District of Columbia.
I don't know what that means. Roger, look, let's just stop for a second here. This is a country of law. This is a country where we're supposed to have equal justice. You didn't get equal justice. You didn't get a fair and impartial jury. You had a biased jury foreperson. Case closed. End of case. Throw it out. On top of that, didn't CNN cameras and frogmen and 29 guys and 17 vehicles show up at your house? Pre-dawn raid?
I think this is really simple, Sean. The same people who tried to set up and take down Donald Trump, as Rick Grinnell, a great appointment, by the way, is now proving by declassifying these documents, succeeded in destroying me. Thank God they didn't succeed in destroying the president. The whole thing is, as the president says, a hoax. For over a year, the fake news media, CNN, MSNBC, the New York Times, the Washington Post, said Roger Stone will be convicted of treason, espionage, cyber crimes, trafficking in stolen emails. None of those things were true. I was charged with lying to Congress. Lying to Congress? McCabe, Comey, Brennan,
let's
Clapper,
go through the list.
Strzok.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and here we are again. I have to report to federal prison in 10 days. Michael Cohen has been let out of prison. Michael Avenatti has been let out of prison. Rick Gates, who lied at my trial, is asking for home confinement at 67 years old. This is a death sentence. People who want to help me, Sean, can go to freerogerstone.com and sign a petition. I believe that this entire decision is in the hands of God.
Roger,
and I am praying fervently.
You're a little eccentric. I've known you for a lot of years. What happened to you should never happen to any American, ever. I hope people help you. I really do. Thank you for being with us. I'm sorry this happened in this great